That's why seeing Lancaster State Penitentiary, I know you was at Lancaster's, you was at home.
Yeah, I was.
You was trying to program.
Yeah, no, I wasn't, man. They had me in the hole there, man, and I came there, went to the hole. I actually liked doing that time. I got stuck over there like in that reception yard for a long, long time, and then I left, and then I came back, and then I was over there, and I went to the hole, and I was in the hole for like 11 months. 10 months.
What?
Just fighting. Well, the thing is like, they came up to me out of the chow hall and they said, "Look, if we find one more knife on this yard, hey, you're gone." And I went from B yard to C yard to the gym over in D, and back over to the.
You must have the keys to the yard.
Yeah.
So either one or two things: your C file was fucked up, but you had a rat amongst your people because you was pushing the line that was telling. Had to be.
Yeah.
For them to put it on you.
Yeah.
One of your own got to be reporting it.
Yeah, you know damn well when they come up and tell you stuff like that, they're gonna find it.
How they know it's your knife? If it's they find it on the
they know
yard,
that you know what's gonna happen. They're gonna whether they plan it, they find it, but they're gonna find. They're like not just finding your. If we find one in your block, then you're we're taking you, we're just removing. And I think they just do that in a sense to remove you. I think after so long in one spot, you get too comfortable, or they see it, and they just sort of give you this little move around, and it's not fun. It's not fun.
Especially they put you on that bus duty, boy.
So they find a knife in your cell block, and not just your cell, and they'll put you in solitary for 11 months.
Yeah, that's normal.
Jesus Christ!
Because you
fight it.
He gonna sit there about 30 to 45 days before he even go in front of the classification board. Then he gonna go in there. They gonna tell him come back. He come back in a month. How do you plead? He gonna say how he plead. Then they gonna give him his time. And then Lord forbid he catch a time while he in the hole. Because when they take us out for wreck in the hole, it may be 5 or 6 of us, in that little square ass bullshit cubicle.
Another opportunity to fight.
But a kite might have come in on one of them.
That's
so
it.
you got to
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if you've been there, you understand it.
Do you ever have any friends? Do you ever have a wood inside there that you were just like you've done some time in one area and the wood was maybe a cellar away, and you're just like that had that relationship, if a riot, I had it with the brother, man. I was like, look, man, if a riot happens, we come out of these cells, you go that way, I'll go this way.
You know what I'm saying? Whoever's your neighbors.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because
you walk the child together.
You got to be cool.
Yeah.
You walking the child, you helping each other with each other's fish line, shit like that, right?
That's
so
right.
You got to be cool,
100%.
right? So you had that, and it's kind of like, believe it or not, it's been times where I heard my cellie kind of hear something, like, and they be like, hey, bro, I heard your people.
Because you got the vents,
yeah,
right?
I heard your people, man. You ain't want to watch yourself, right? Your people plotting on you, So you built. We're human beings, bro.
Yeah.
When you living on the side of somebody, and when you hear somebody say, neighbor, you straight over there? We got like 5 extra sandwiches because niggas might be out of food. We've been locked down 4 or 5 months. Canteen and
it gets gnarly.
You remember that, bro. You sending your fish line. Your fish line is you may be you trying to get a fucking line way over there to the other side. So when they send in the line, we got to trust each other that we ain't going to pull it in and take what's on the line. So when the line come and stop, we fish it in and we keep sending it until it gets to where it's going.
Yep.
Now that'll start a riot too. You get a dope fiend, pull somebody line in.
Crossing it.
They showed that shit on American Me, dude did that, right? Pulling in and crossing it, it'll start a riot. So, it's a lot of crazy stuff goes on in there, but at some time, you gotta have some type of camaraderie, bro, with the people in there, bro. That's the only way you're gonna survive. Your one race doesn't have everything.
Right.
Everybody has a stronghold on what they have.
Okay. So would you hold it against him if you were able to view like a video reel of the most racist things that he ever said while he was locked up? Or is that just like, you understand? When you're in that environment, that's how it goes.
I'm going to tell you why. People get mad that I say I respect Trump.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you why. They got mad at me. And I set my own people up. They say Trump does these little signs that mean this and mean that. I said, the era Trump comes from, that's what's in him. And the fact that he ain't turning his back on his people, the fact that he's representing his people in some kind of way, I respect it. They went crazy on me. Oh, Wack, what kind of dude is you? I said, well, what did we say when the brothers in the Olympics wanted to put up the Black Power sign? We applauded it, right? We expected them to represent us. So I can respect a man that lets me know who he is and what he's about.
But I feel like I got to acknowledge that the Black Power sign and the Heil Hitler salute kind of mean different things.
No, it doesn't. Listen,
a little different context.
No, I'm gonna tell you why.
The same way that white power and black power have different meanings in society, even though they're literally the same thing.
The Black Power sign means just that, black power. Heil Hitler sign means just that, white power. So if you're a white dude and that's what you stand for or represent, what you supposed to do? If you a Crip, you gonna throw the C up, not the B, right? So anybody that I see in position, and that's the problem with our people. We get in position and we be scared to represent because we be like, they gonna kick us out of here. Trump is letting it be known. I seen last week, maybe you can tell me who they were. Instead of the hoods, they had the white shiesties.
Who?
You seen it?
No,
They come up the Capitol building. Find it, bro. They come to the Capitol building up the escalator about 300-400 deep. Suited and booted with the white shiesties.
What's the shiesties? What's that?
Instead of the hoods, it was white.
Face mask.
Oh, the fake.
That just has this part
All
out,
white.
yeah.
So I know what it's symbolic for. But it was you could tell it was all those type of people, right? But guess what? They say, well, Trump's empowering them. I said, bro, that's where he come from.
I feel like it's unfair to put him in the same bucket as Trump when Trump literally came from millionaires, has been in real estate his entire life in New York City compared to the upbringing that he had growing up in like a fucking trailer park at one point and getting involved in meth trafficking at a young age and everything. This is very different upbringing.
What I'm saying is Trump's grandfather had some slaves. Trump's damn near 80. He comes from that. This is a fact.
His grandfather?
I guarantee you.
In Manhattan?
Listen, bro, if Trump's 80, his father is still living, got to be 100-something. His grandfather,
right?
His grandfather would be about 150. Subtract that from today and what era that puts you in.
Slavery was abolished like almost 200 years ago.
What, 1800s? I believe his listen. No, pull the one up. Did you see it?
Those are the only ones I know.
No. Pull the one up, bro. It was like last week. They was coming up to either the inauguration or something.
I feel like I would have seen that.
Bro, it was like 200 of them. They had their military gear on with the white shiesties on. They wasn't black, it was white, I swear to God.
I don't know. I missed that.
But, I mean, at the end of the day, you know, when Obama was in there, Obama did a lot of shit to represent us.
Uh-huh.
Obama played Jay-Z doing the goddamn...
I feel like,
you know
okay, the Heil Hitler salute is really, to a lot of people, basically saying that white people need to control our country and our society. I feel like the Black Power salute was really like them saying, we want equal rights for black people. Now, obviously, like, extremists take the Black Power thing to a different extent, probably, but I feel like it's kind of unfair to compare the two.
No, listen, we fought. We had to fight for equal rights because the situation we came over into. Like, I'm not African. I'm Black American. You'll never hear me. I'm of African descent, but my history comes from one of them plantations, right? So, yes, that's what that means. But on the same token, their struggle, and I'm going to be real, you got to think about it. For them to be empowered the way they was, right? We came over here and we was classified as property or with the cattle.
Right.
For things to change all the way up to a point to where it's a black man in the White House, right? Right? To where you got a lot of their women and men mixing, right? And once they do that, it's kind of taken away from their count, right? They've been on the decline when it comes to where they come from being in power. Because at one time, we had no voice.
Right.
We had no goddamn voice, right? Now it's to a point, through a lot of fight, you know, the civil rights movements, and it was a point at the top, bro, we couldn't get on you couldn't eat certain places, right? So you still have some people that come up under that, generations and generations of that people who still have that ideology if that's how they should be.
Racism still exists. To compare it to racism from 100 years ago or 200 years ago is absurd.
No, you can't, because there are groups of people that if they could have it their way, that's what it would be.
I don't think even the most radical white extremist racists think that we should reintroduce slavery to our culture.
You got some, bro.
I've never really heard that argued,
You got
honestly.
some that's their thing.
You hear people talk about an ethno-state and how we should like have our own land that's all white people. But even those people, I don't think are saying that America should have every black and Hispanic person just shipped away.